Riga class. Oh, we all remember her. She is a legend and died before her time. Even the enemy respects her. A legend. Now our sub is named after her. It creates havoc. 1 bullies. Riga was in college. She was rowing with 3 bullies. They wanted to take her dinner money. She was having none of it, and it was almost a fight. "Give me the money, you little hobbit." "No, I will not give you my money. Don't call me hobbit. My name is Riga." The small student stood her ground. 3 bullies were circling her. "How about we take your money? You are 1 hobbit, we are 3. We win, you lose, we take your money." The lead bully was tall and skinny. She was sure of herself. "Yes, okay then. You win, I am just Riga and you are 3. Here is my money." Riga knew what she would do, and she did it. She swung her school bag and hit the lead bully in the face. She was sent sprawling. Then Riga pulled the hair of one of the others and ran off. "This isn't over. We will get you yet, hobbit," the third bully shouted. Just you wait, hobbit." The leader was wiping blood from her nose. It was too late. Riga was lost in the crowd of students. To academy. Riga graduated from the academy with full honors. She was top of her class. She studied naval engineering and battle theory in practice. They were the next generation of cadets to crew the varied vessels and Navy warplanes to face off the many enemies that threatened America. Riga wanted to go to aircraft carriers. She loved aeroplanes and had flown before. She was a competent pilot and had gotten her skills off her father while growing up in Bangladesh. Her parents took her to the States when the war started. Many of her relatives and friends were killed, and they fled with nothing. They built a new life. Riga joined the academy to further her education. She was keen and quick to learn and fluent in 4 languages. She could drive a motorcycle, a truck, fly, was a good shot with a rifle. More important was her attitude. She showed competent leadership skills and had a good mind for organizing. Just what the academy was looking for. The cadets had a week leave. Riga spent time with her parents and her boyfriend. They drank and hiked and made love. Then she was posted to Carrier Division 13 based out of Puerto Rico. 2 years of hard training would follow. Then Riga would be a naval aviator. The training not only included flying. It added basic infantry skills, mechanical theory, and much more. It was drummed into the cadets they were the tip of the spear. The protectors of the free world. War would come soon enough. 3 battle. Riga was at war, and the war was now 3 years old. She'd been deployed to Sardinia to stop the Chinese communists from using the island as a base to invade southern Europe. Many of her friends had been killed, wounded, or were missing. Riga had shot down 6 enemy crewed planes and 4 drones. She was an ace pilot. Her original ship, the USS Texas, a Baton Rouge-class aircraft carrier, was now at the bottom of the Mediterranean. Bad as the carrier's loss was, it was only a ship. The majority of the crew had escaped, as had the warplanes. They were what made the difference. They killed enemy planes and crews and fired the missiles that ravaged enemy forces. Now their enemy was the Red Chinese. Tomorrow it would be somebody else. The American Navy were holding off and defeating the enemy forces, even though outnumbered 5-1. The Med was red with sunken Chinese ships and shot-down planes. The Chinese had taken Corsica. The Americans had simply nuked the island. Riga flew her F-47 jet against an enemy naval J-20. This enemy jet was good but crap compared to the American planes. Riga wheeled her powerful warplane after the smaller enemy jet. Her AI system announced a firing solution. Riga nodded and told it to fire. Her laser system fired once. The blue beam laser eradicated the J-20 and pilot. It was burning debris falling to the sea. She still had fuel and time. Where was the next target? For Legacy. Riga had found another target, but it was a trap. 7 J-20s and 8 drones had ambushed her F-47. Riga fought like a tiger. She had killed 6 J-20s and 5 drones with her laser and onboard missiles. 1 plane against 15 enemy aircraft was hard odds. Riga almost made it. It was the drone that got her. They were simply faster and more adaptable. An enemy Red Chinese drone had locked up Riga's jet. Its laser fired and damaged her wings. Her controls were failing. Soon she would crash. Riga glared at the drone and fired her laser. It fired for a second, then failed. She rolled her dying plane and aimed at the remaining J-20. Her hand opened the throttles to emergency power. "This is for killing my friends and family, and for damaging my jet. You heathen bastards! See you all in Valhalla." Riga dove her F-47 squarely into the last Chinese J-20. The explosion was both vivid and violent. Tons of fuel and weapons exploded. 2 disintegrating warplanes fell to the Mediterranean Sea. This was Riga's last battle. A legend had just died. It took time for her loss and the truth to come out. It was actually the enemy Red Chinese who gave the combat account, telling how a fearless female American pilot had defeated a mixed squadron of crude stealth aircraft and cutting-edge drones. U.S. satellites confirmed what had happened, and the legend of Riga was born. The war continued, but things had changed. The communist Chinese were not unstoppable. This would be their downfall. 5 submarine. Oh, we all remember her. She is a legend and died before her time. Even the enemy respects her. A legend. Now our sub is named after her. It creates havoc. The future, thousands of miles from land. The Riga-class submarine waited for the Red Chinese Xi'an-class nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine. They had cornered the Chinese sub. The crew were tense but eager. The Chinese vessel had to be killed and couldn't launch its nuclear missiles. "Okay, crew, you know the drill. Be professional and get this right first time." The captain was alert and focused. He pointed to the forward display. "Sensors, how far is the Red Chinese vessel?" "Captain, the enemy Red Chinese vessel is 17 degrees north off our bow at a distance of 2,000 yards. His depth is 600 meters. The sensor operator keyed his computer and adjusted his screens. The enemy sub had a red flashing box around it. "Lock him up, give me a firing solution. Torpedo room, this is the captain. Load 3 Mark 6s, tune them into home on decoy mode. Only fire on my command." The captain nodded and issued more orders. His crew were busy and got on with it. "All locked on and ready on your command, Captain." Sensors was ready, as was the torpedo room. The confirmation commands came over the intercom. "No time like the present. Let's rock this baby. Sensors and torpedo room make it happen." "Launch only 2 torpedoes. Fire," the captain gave the order. Nothing would stop it. 2 torpedoes away. "Good launches, Captain," from the torpedo room. In a subdued blast of compressed air, the 2 tin fishes left their tubes. They accelerated to 200 knots and closed the distance quickly. The captain nodded and clapped his hand. His smile was real, as was his intent. His team had performed flawlessly. The communist vessel released decoys which were audible to the crew. It sounded like distant growls. It was no use. The twin fish were locked on. A single torpedo was launched by the red vessel. The captain launched spoofing decoys and it missed. His own torpedoes separated and targeted different parts of the Xi'an-class vessel. One hit the aft section, and the other thundered into the lower forward hull. In a violence only available in war, the Chinese sub disintegrated and imploded. Pieces of the hull crushed crew and weapons tumbled to the seabed. It was a good hard kill. Joining the 6 other Red Chinese subs and ships this Riga class had killed, and her patrol was only half over. "Captain, the enemy vessel is breaking up. The frames are collapsing. We got them." Sensors pointed to the fatting blip on his screens. It was separating and falling to the ocean floor. "Good kill, everybody. We are all a team. That is a perfect example of why we are better than the heathen Reds. And we have our ship too. Riga class. Best sub ever built. God bless America and our people. Well done, everybody." The Riga-class submarine was the same size and displacement as a Los Angeles class. She was the ideal vessel. Alien technology was incorporated into the design. The enemy had nothing like her. She created havoc throughout the battle area and beyond, sinking ships, firing cruise missiles, jamming enemy satellites with lasers, and a whole lot more. Her greatest impact was psychological. She was silent yet lethal. Nobody knew she was there. What would the real Riga think of this? A submarine named after a dead, fearless pilot. It was what it was.